In this video, we are going to inject a couple of WSUS updates into a Windows Server install image with PowerShell so that it can be automated. If you follow my Windows Server 2012 R2 Mega series, then you know that in the last video we installed and configured a WSUS server, and in the previous video from that one we installed and configured a WDS server. Now let's combine them and set ourselves up with a cool install image that is also updated. Now in this video we are going to use a couple of PowerShell scripts, and we are going to walk through each one of them and see what they do. The first part that I want to take care of is connecting to the WSUS server from the WDS server and downloading all the relevant updates for our scenario, which is updates for Windows Server 2012 R2 that are approved. The first thing we have to do, since we are on a WDS server, is install the WSUS PowerShell commandlet through this command. And another thing to prepare ourselves is to create a folder where we will actually store our updates that we will get from the WSUS server. Now let's actually connect to our server using these parameters, the port and the name. And now with the connection done, we can interact with the server. So let's get a list of all its updates, for example. Cool, now we have a list of all the updates. What I want to do further is to filter them out using the following criteria. We want only updates for Windows Server 2012 R2. We want only updates that are approved. And usually in a normal situation you would want only updates that are not superseded, so only the newest ones. In our case, in my test environment, actually the approved updates are superseded, so I will remove this part for now. But in a normal environment, that would also be helpful to reduce the number of updates you receive. Let's run it. Now we have a list of only, I guess, the 2 updates that I approved. Let's check that it is the case. And we have 1, 2 updates. Excellent. And now in this block of code, we actually go through each update at a time, connect to the WSUS server and get the actual file path, and copy it to our local update file path. I'll run the whole block of code. And now let's get the files that we downloaded and also check that we actually have 2 updates in this list. And we have 2 cab files, which is correct. So we got rid of the first thing, which is to actually connect to the WSUS server and download the updates. Next, we have to take care of one thing. Since we cannot update directly images imported in WDS, unfortunately, we have to remove them from WDS. And after we make the modification, import again the image. So then you see my 2 images are these ones. I already have them prepared here, and these are the commands to remove them from WDS. With the images removed, we can go on and actually do the injection part. And for that, we will need to do a couple of things. First, let's navigate to the root of the C drive. Then we have to copy the install vim from the DVD to C. After we copy the image, it might be set as read-only, so let's make it writable. Now we have to create ourselves a folder where we will mount the image, and this will be the folder. Now let's see a list of all the possible operating systems in our image, and as always there are 4: server standard, core, and server standard, and the same for data center. I will in this video I will only show you how to inject updates in index 1, but just so you know, if you haven't done this already, if you inject updates in index 1, they will only be visible, or they will only be installed when you install server standard core. Even though they occupy the same space in the entire Vim image, they will be only associated with this SKU. If you want all the 4 OSs to have the updates, you have to mount each one at a time and inject the updates for each one at a time. In the video I will only do it for index 1, but I will, for my test environment, I will also do it for index 2. So these 2 indexes will contain the updates. Then let's mount index 1 in our mount folder. And let's inject our 2 updates in this image. After you inject the updates, when you dismount the image, of course you have to save it. Otherwise you will not actually modify anything. The image has been dismounted, all the changes have been saved. So now the only thing that we have to do next is to re-import our 2 OSs in WDS. Let's import the first one. And let's import the second one. And that's it. Now whenever you install either a server core or server with a GUI standard, if you did also index 2, you will get the 2 updates already installed, which you can see using the get hotfix PowerShell commandlet. If you liked the video, or if it was helpful for you, I would appreciate a like and a share. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed and want to be notified when I put new videos up. And thanks a lot for watching.